Hello and welcome to 5 at 5. And today there's a very important game in regards to the top four race. Yes, Delhi Capitals and Kolkata Knight Riders are lagging a bit behind, but they both are still alive in this race mathematically. And whoever loses today will probably be knocked out of this entire race and will feel left out of all the other top teams in this tournament. We'll talk about this match. We'll talk about Kolkata Knight Riders, who have stitched three wins on the trot and are looking a decent side on paper right now, whereas Delhi Capitals have made some tactical blunders. They are a decent side, but they are not firing at the moment. I'm joined by Shamik Chakrabarti and Bharat Ramaraj. Shamik, I'll start with you. Kolkata Knight Riders, three away matches, two away matches, and one home game, but they have done decently in stitching this three-match winning record. What do you have to say about it today? Although DC are
They,
not doing well at the moment, KKR will feel they have a chance tonight.
they wake up late, Shubham. They wake up. I think the damage is already done. I mean, their two frontline spinners are now bowling well in tandem. Sunil Narayan was always Sunil Narayan, but mm, Varun Chakraborty was horribly out of form. He over the last two games he has found his mojo, and they now are operating in tandem. The team is taking some fantastic catches. I saw Ajinkya's catch against Sunrisers Hyderabad. That was a stunning catch, and that lifted their whole side. But the way it is mathematically, yes,
Hmm.
mathematically they still can qualify for the playoffs. But I think it is way too little and way too late. Against Delhi Capitals, I expect them to win because they will have to remove just one batsman, that is KL Rahul. Because if they
Yes.
can remove KL Rahul early, that I don't think this Delhi batting has the wherewithal to counter KKR's spin threat. So they will start as overwhelming favorites. Upsets happen like last night, LSG won. But then
Hmm.
again, on paper, KKR, because Delhi Capitals have also lost four of their last five matches. They are, Akshar Patel is not scoring runs in the middle order. Kuldeep Yadav is not taking wickets. That is a real problem for them. So all combined, and Samir Rizvi has proved to be a basket flush. So all
Right.
combined, KKR are ahead on paper. Let's see how it goes. KKR should be disappointed if they don't win this.
Yeah, absolutely. For Delhi Capitals, things have not gone in their way. Be it Akshar Patel, who is averaging with the bat in single digits. Kuldeep Yadav has conceded the most number of sixes in this tournament. As things are not looking too good for Delhi Capitals. But Bharat, how do you look at this game? Is this about KKR's bowling unit versus DC's batting unit, or how do you set up this contest?
Even if you consider DC's batting unit, I don't think everything is going well for them. Their batting engine. Yes, KL Rahul is scoring runs on occasions. Patum Nisanka looks good here or there, but considering everything, I don't think even their batting lineup is going well for them. But having said that, KKR are looking in better form. Suddenly, they are looking in better form. I think Varun Chakravarti coming back to form has definitely helped the KKR side in the sense that in the T20 World Cup, it seemed as if he was rushing through his overs, but now he's a
Hmm.
little calmer. He's just taking a little bit of time after every ball. I think that helped them against Sunrisers Hyderabad. Then Finn Allen also coming good, scored 29 or 13 balls. I think it definitely helped their top order because the top order, rest of the batters in that top order like to play, what can I say, little more of an old-fashioned T20 cricket. In that sense, Finn Allen scoring those 29 runs or 13 balls helps. But yes, the bowling attack is suddenly looking a little better. I think Karthik Tyagi also bowled better in the last game against SRH compared to some of his previous outings where he was bowling some beamers and all. But he had a good outing against SRH. Someone like Vaibhav Arora is stitching a couple of decent performances, but I think the main
Hmm.
factor has been Varun Chakravarti because when he bowls well, then I think it takes a lot of pressure of someone like Sunil Narayan to perform day in and day out. So with these two spinners doing well, yes, I think KKR would be fancying their chances today against what can you say a rather indifferent or modest Delhi Capital side.
Absolutely, Shamita. Today we are rolling back the years to Border Gavaskar Trophy days. Mitchell Stark will be opening the ball against Ajinkya Rahane. Ajinkya although got some runs in the last game, but in the lead up to that game, last 4 5 matches, he has not been in the best run of form. Whereas Mitchell Stark has started this IPL on a very good note. 3 matches, but he has looked really impressive. The pace is up. There's extra zip. He's picking wickets as well. So this is the battle. Finn Allen or whoever is opening along with Ajinkya Rahane versus Mitchell Stark is going to define how KKR is going to do in this game.
Yes, Shobhan, to an extent, yes. Brother, I look at the bigger picture. The only way I think the Delhi Capitals' biggest chance, the best chance to win this game is to throw their two fast bowlers, and that is Mitchell Stark and then Lungi Ngidi. If they can make inroads, and we know this KKR batting is vulnerable. I mean, it is a bit porous. If there
Hmm.
is a collapse at the top, the middle order doesn't inspire confidence. So if Mitchell Stark can make early inroads, not only Ajinkya Rahane, a couple of wickets, 3 wickets in his first spell, or who overs 3 wickets is a toughest, but a couple of wickets in his first spell and one more wicket from the other end,
Hmm.
then that becomes very very helpful for Delhi Capitals to win this game. For Delhi Capitals, yes, KKR, Mitchell Stark is their best bet along with Lungi and Geddy, and if their bowlers can make inroads, that is the only way they can win this game.
But since we are talking about Delhi Capitals' bowling lineup, yes, Lungi and Gidi has been their standout bowler. Akib Nabi or Mukesh Kumar have done decently well. They have been on and off, to be really honest. But the most disappointing part when it comes to the DC's bowling attack has been their two spinners, Akshar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav. What do you think is going wrong with them? Yes, the pitches are not too much favorable for bowlers, especially spinners. Varun Chakravarti is someone who talked about it when he picked up, I think, 3 wickets against Rajasthan Royals at the Eden Gardens. He did talk about the pitch and how it is very tough on bowlers to come out there and consistently perform, keep their economy rate tight as well. But what is going wrong with Akshar and Kuldeep, because they have not even given DC one win in this tournament so far with their own performances.
Especially someone like Kuldeep Yadav, I think is going through a really bad patch in this particular
Hmm.
IPL. In terms of bowling, I understand Aksar Patel hasn't done anything with a bat in hand. But coming back to Kuldeep Yadav, there was a time when people said that he has to bowl quicker through the air, a lot more quicker through the air. So what I think has basically happened is not just looking to beat the batsman in the air at all nowadays. So he's looking to bowl quick and quicker and perhaps quickest. And I think that is what has
Hmm.
gone against him. See, Kuldeep Yadav is at his best when he imparts those revs on the ball, looks to beat the batsman in the air. I'm not saying that he should fly the ball at some 80 kilometers per hour, but I think giving a little bit of air is his main strength. So I guess that is what has gone against Kuldeep Yadav, looking to ball quick through the
Hmm.
air, like a lot of other modern day spinners, and is getting smashed. Yes, Akshar Patel also perhaps not at his absolute best when it comes to
Hmm.
his bowling, but still, you expect him to do reasonably well here or there. I think that's what he has done in this particular IPL with the ball in hand, because he has that, what can you say, default mechanism where he bowls with that flatter trajectory with a round arm action, so he can kind of jam down the bat swing a little bit of right-handers, and he can do that against. Today also he can do that against some of KKR's batters. So Akshar
Hmm.
Patel, I still expect him to do reasonably well, but with Kuldeep Yadav, I think it's a mixture of T20 cricket going against him, because he's lost his key strength, that is to beat the batsman in the air, and is not
Hmm.
your typical quintessential modern day T20 spinner who bowls quick through the air, gets a little bit of bounce, and gets you wickets. So is somewhere confused, I think, whether to bowl like a quintessential T20 spinner or like a more like a test match spinner.
There's a question in the comment section regarding one former knight, although it's not related to IPL. But Manit Sharma is asking, Shubhanda, any news regarding T20I captain? Some news agencies are saying Gill will be replaced as ODI captain. ODI captain, no chance. Shubman Gill will not be replaced. That is for sure. There's some talks around the T20I captaincy. We will have our show at 12 o'clock next afternoon. So please do join us for 12 noon live tomorrow. We'll discuss about T20I captain, ODI captain in detail. So tomorrow is your day. Hopefully, he'll join us for that well noon show. But Shamik, the one question that I wanted to ask: Are you surprised by the fact that KKR spent 18 crore on Mathisha Pathirana? But despite him, now it's been 1 month that he has been declared fit by Sri Lanka cricket. He joined the team on 18th. Are you surprised by the fact that they have spent this much money on Pathirana and are not playing him after him being fit?
Shubhan, I think it's a double-edged sword in the sense if Pratirana would have joined the squad at the start of the tournament, he would have played a
Hmm.
lot of matches. Now, after that elongated hiatus, when he came to the fold, by then KKR was struggling. Their
Hmm.
their batting unit not their batting unit was not performing up to potential. So what
Hmm.
has happened? And then they somehow got that win via super over and a couple of wins. So it's a winning combination. So now I think it is a case of combination because they don't want to upset their batting apple cart. Simple, because an extra bowler at the expense of of a batsman, I think they feels a bit uncertain. So that is one thing. Uh, this Patirana's integration period to to a new franchise, that aspect also should be taken into account. So I think it
Hmm.
is about Patirana not joining the squad right at the start of the tournament. If you are joining the squad, you would have played. But now it is difficult because KKR, they don't want to upset their combination. Because if you look at their foreign players, Finn Allen
Hmm.
is opening with Ajinka. Then Sunil Narine, Cam Green, and Robman Powell. Now, if Patirana plays, Robman Powell will have to go out because the other two, Sunil Narine is the first name on the team sheet, and Cameron Green is your marquee signing. He will play, and he is an all-rounder. He contributes. So Robman Powell will have to go out. So once Robman Powell goes out, then who is your finisher? Ramandeep Singh has failed to inspire confidence. Rinku Singh has played a couple of good knocks, but then again, Rinku Singh is about his batting is about taking a little bit of time before going bang bang. So that back end charge, they need Robman Powell, and Robman Powell bowls a bit also. So he's sort of a utility cricketer. So that balance, I think they don't want to upset, and that is the main reason. They're struggling to fit Matisha Patirana into their playing 11. Or Shubhan, that just one more thing, a
Hmm.
one-liner about that question came to you just before this thing. I have a one-liner.
Yes.
उड़ाओ उड़ाओ जोर से पतंग उड़ाओ.
Hopefully, Manitap, you got the answer regarding this. But Bharat, same question regarding Pathirana. Are you surprised by the fact that he's not playing, or would if you were there in that KKR dugout, would you have played Pathirana in place of anyone else?
Yeah, theoretically he should play, logically he should play, but I'm wondering whom will they drop among those four foreigners. They can't drop Cameron Green because he's
Hmm.
very much a 20, not just a 25 crore buy, but he's doing
Hmm.
decently. Then they have to pick one out of Finn Ellen or Team Seifert, mainly because the other two don't really don't really play score runs at a quick fire strike rate. So they have to pick one out of Seifert or Finn Ellen, and then somewhere they have to fit in.
Sarthak Thakur has a solution for this. Sarthak says Tejasvi in place of Rohman and Pathirana for Vaibhav.
Yeah, they can look at someone like an Indian cricketer as well. But looking at the four bowlers that they have, then four foreign cricketers they have, I think it is a little bit of a problem. Yes, they can drop someone like Vaibhav Arora, who's not been at his best. That is a
Hmm.
point they can consider. But again, maybe they would be thinking that if their batting lineup will be a little weaker because Roman Powell is someone who is known to play a lot of shots in the middle order. So maybe they are thinking that they will miss someone like Roman Powell if they're going to drop him. So I think they have a little bit of problem there in the sense that they have to drop one of those four foreigners. Not going to be easy. They might have thought of dropping Finn Ellen if the rest of the top order batters were scoring at a quick fire rate, but that is
Hmm.
not happening. So I think that's a little bit of problem because Roman Powell as well in the middle order. I think they need him to get those quick fire 20s or 30s. So
Hmm.
Yes, I think that is the best way to look at maybe Tejasvi in place of Roman, and having someone like Patrana in place of Vaibhav Arara, because Vaibhav Arara is definitely not in good form.
Yes,
Shubham,
Shamita.
Shubham, just one thing. I see. It pains me to say this, and Ajinkya is a friend, but I think Ajinkya Rahane is the problem because what happens? Because Ajinkya Rahane is opening the innings, you have to have someone as his opening partner who scores at the rate of knots. You can say Ankrish Raghuvanshi. Why not Ankrish Raghuvanshi with Ajinkya at the top as the opening combination? In that case, Patirana can come into the playing 11. But the fact of the matter is that you have to have someone at the top who will complement Ajinkya. Because you know, Ajinkya might,
Even Cameron
uh,
Green can open
yeah,
that way. Even Cameron Green can open. He has opened
yeah,
for Australia.
yeah,
He has opened for his IPL franchises in
yes,
past,
yes. That is once again a case. Once again, that is a case. But then
and has
again,
a
once
very good record. Cameron Green as a
yeah, yeah.
T20 opener has a very good record.
He is a very good player. He is a very good player, no doubt about that. But once again, you are doing it at the expense of your batting, and that is where the question mark lies because they
So,
are a little.
Samantha, you are implying that KKR, despite buying the likes of Manish Pandey, Rahul Tripathi, Tejasvi, there are a couple of more players. They are not trusting. Sarthak Ranjan is also there. They are not trusting their domestic buys to come good in the IPL.
See, two things. One is that as far as the youngsters, when a team is struggling, it is not the right time to blood the youngsters. When your
But some
team is
look at the example of Sunrisers Hyderabad. They gave Praful Hinge, Saqib Hussain, all these youngsters a chance. Aniket Verma, and
yes,
they have turned things around. They're sitting top of the table.
yes, but when they did that, it was a bit of a desperation.
Hmm.
When when they did that, it was a bit of a desperation, and it came good, fine. But now KKR is not in a position because after three consecutive wins, they are not in a position to be very desperate. That is one thing, and you, I mean, it is
So
a
after one more
commentary.
defeat, you are saying after one more defeat they will be having some desperate acts.
And the thought process of different franchises are different because if you
Yeah.
look at Chennai Super Kings also, Kartik Sharma, irrespective of their results, they have backed Kartik Sharma. That we have forked out 14 crore for this guy, and
Hmm.
we believe that eventually he will come good. If that cost us a season, we are ready for that. We have won the IPL 5 times. So I mean, it is not that it is something not earth shattering if we are not qualifying for the playoffs. That is the thought process of CSK. So different franchises. If you look at KKR's strength set over the years, they are very driven in the sense for like it feels like it is make or break. You have to win. You have to win that kind of vibe. It might be wrong. Maybe the dressing room atmosphere is very relaxed. But when they are out on the field, they, they, they give us a kind of vibe that they have to win at all cost. Maybe they are not enjoying, they have to win, this kind of thing. If that is the thing, in that case, when a team is not winning, it is very difficult to blood a youngster. And then when you have somewhat regained stability after winning three consecutive games, then you are reluctant to change your combination.
I was looking at at a stat since you started with Ajinkya Rahane being the problem in this KKR batting unit. Ajinkya Rahane's negative matchup against Delhi Capitals' spinners Kuldeep Yadav and Akshar Patel. Against Kuldeep Yadav, his strike rate is 70. He has been dismissed twice. Against Akshar Patel, his strike rate is 123. Again dismissed twice. With Akshar and Kuldeep not being in the best of form, do you think this is the best time for them to have a go against Ajinkya Rahane, get an early wicket in with Mitchell Stark coming in from other end, and pile up pressure against this KKR opening pair? Bharat, I'll start with you, then I'll go to Shamikda with the same question.
Yeah, that is one way to look at it, but maybe a little bit sarcastically, you can even tell that if Rane bats for a longer period of time, it might help the opponent. I'm just this is just a light-hearted note.
You are applying the gully cricket logic. इसको out मत करना.
So it happened. It happened once upon a time in the 1979 World Cup, at least when They say that Clive Lloyd deliberately dropped a catch of Jeffrey Boycott,
Hmm.
and after that, because he thought that Jeffrey Boycott was scoring at a very slow rate. But yeah, coming back to on a serious note, see, Rahane has problems in spin bowling, at least in T20 cricket. I'm not
Hmm.
saying he has problems against spin bowling in Test cricket, but in T20 cricket, he definitely has problems in terms of ramping up his strike rate. And it doesn't surprise me that someone like Aksar Patel, who's known to kind of jam down the bat swing of right hand batters, has troubled him. Yes, Kuldeep Yadav also has troubled him. So yeah, they can start with the spinners because if anything, Ran is quite a bit better player of pace bowling in T20 cricket, and expect him to at least score a few boundaries up front. So from that sense, if they can start with spinners, what can happen is it can also put pressure on someone like Finnelan because he's expected to score sixes almost every single ball, because looking at the rest of the top order, he's the one who is expected to score at a very quick rate. So it would put immense pressure on Finnelan to go bang bang from ball one, because if the other batter is kind of struggling against spin bowling. So even from that perspective, they can start with one of the spinners, especially someone like Kuldeep Yadav, just mainly because he's kind of out of form. So you're trying to give him some kind of confidence by giving him the chance to bowl with a new cherry. So even from that perspective, I think you can look at starting with spin against someone like Rane.
Shamikta?
See, Shubham, Kuldeep Yadav operating with the new ball will not happen. Zero possibility because he has never done that in his life.
Hmm.
And given his current travels, he is very low on confidence. So Kuldeep Yadav operating with the new ball is not happening. Akshar can do it. Akshar, but very rarely will you see Akshar operating with the new ball. Even in T20 cricket, in international cricket, how many times have you seen Akshar operating with the new ball? I think
This
they will
IPL
keep.
he has done quite a few times coming with the new ball. Last match also I think he bowled in the power play. Got a
Yeah,
wicket.
power play. Yeah.
Ah.
Power play he has bowled. Power play he has bowled. But opening the bowling
Hmm.
alongside as fast bowler, he has
Hmm.
not done many times. So,
Hmm.
but that remains an option. Kuldeep is not an option at all. But Akshar
Hmm.
remains an outside chance, I would say. But I would
Hmm.
still feel Delhi Capitals will go with their with their fast bowlers against because Ajinkya Rahane against Mitchell Stark, that is a very difficult proposition. When
Hmm.
Mitchell Stark will bring that in swingers into his
Hmm.
pads, that is a pretty difficult proposition as well. But Ajinkya, I will not run him down. He is a fantastic player, fantastic servant of Indian cricket. A huge respect for Ajinkya as a cricketer. But at the end of the day, this is 2026. When you look at that team composition, you see Ajinkya Rahane, someone like Ajinkya Rahane, Rahul Tripathi, and Manish Pandey, and suddenly you develop that impression. Gosh, this is yesterday's team.
Hmm. Bharat, last few minutes on the show. Let's talk a bit about DC's batting unit as well. Uh, it is if I have to make this DC. I have to say they are a decent looking batting unit, but their big problem is constantly chopping and changing the batting order. No, not a fix, opening pair. They have switched a couple of times in between. Their middle order, they don't know who their number four, number five, number six, number seven is. They have dropped David Miller surprisingly now. Uh, do you think that is the main concern? The middle order, they have good players, but they are not utilizing them well. Ashutosh Sharma sometimes coming in at number 8, sometimes at 9. David Miller, as I said, no clarity on him. Samir Rizvi sometimes batting at 3 or 4, sometimes coming at 7 or 8. What do you think is the solution for DC's batting unit, who sometimes score 264, sometimes get bundled out at 75?
Yeah, obviously, if you're going to lose quite a few matches, I guess you will start to chop and change. That is what basically
Hmm.
happened. That's what has happened with Delhi Capitals. They won a few games up front, and after that, they have started to lose quite a few matches, maybe three, four games for the last five
Hmm.
matches. So that is really affecting, I think, their think tank in terms of chopping and changing. And yes, they have made a lot of changes at the top of the order. They tried a youngster in the game against RCB. It didn't really work out with Bhuvneshwar Kumar bowling that cracker jack of
Hmm.
an cracker jack of an in
Kyle
swinger.
Parag.
Yeah. Sahil
Hmm.
Parag. Yeah, and yes, they have done that with the middle order as well. See,
Hmm.
even if I look at the middle order, yes, it is good on paper. Distance stuffs is Saban, who plays pretty well, but I still feel that they lack that kind of firepower somewhere in the middle
Hmm.
order in terms of trying to ramp up the strike rates. So
Hmm.
Delhi Capitals, yes, they have a good batting lineup with KL Rahul also kind of upgrading his game. But even if
Hmm.
they play the best side, it feels as if they lack that little bit of firepower. So
Right.
if I consider, if I just rate the 10 best teams in terms of their batting units, I don't think Delhi Capitals, even at their best, would be somewhere in
Hmm.
top four, top five. I would rate them somewhere lower down because when you consider modern day quintessential T20 cricket, I
Hmm.
don't think they have that kind of firepower in their batting lineup, even somewhere in the middle order or lower order.
Samita, where do you think is the solution for Delhi Capitals? Do they continue to chop and change? Do you think they should have a fixed batting unit?
I think, Shubha, this is secondary. This on-field chopping and changing, this is secondary.
Uh,
First of all, Delhi Capitals need stability at the top, at their hierarchy. Because
uh,
if you have an ownership that would be
uh,
running the team for 3 years, and the next 3 years another set of ownership will come, and they will do things on their in their own way, then
uh,
you are lacking stability at the top, and that is the main thing. When you don't have stability at the top, you are not getting stability on the field. Simple as that.
right.
Delhi Capitals need stability at the top, at the ownership level, and everything will follow. So, but they
And
need
this
to
is the
get
season where KL Rahul has done really, really well, but he has not found
exactly,
support.
exactly. So basically, a new set of ownership will come with a new thought process. Entire auction strategy will be different. The team
Hmm.
philosophy will be different, and then after 3 years, another set will come. So when there is chopping and changing at the management level, then it is
Even players
unfortunate.
don't know whether they will be there in this squad or not next season.
Exactly. Exactly. So how do you expect the players to perform? How do you expect that there will be stability on the field and the players will have that kind of assurance or self-belief that in terms that are required to perform on a consistent basis?
Right, and that is something which Delhi Capitals will need to sort out because KKR somewhere have found their combination as we were discussing. That is why they are not playing Matisha Patirana. We don't know whether they will bring him back in the combination in the mix for today's game. Delhi Capitals, you never know what pitch you are going to get at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Sometimes you get a pitch where 250 looks like a 15 over score, or sometimes you get a pitch where the ball is nipping around and it feels like you are bowling on a green top. So let's see what happens today. Delhi Capitals, Kolkata Knight Riders, both are just hanging by a thread, and whoever loses today will have to probably bow out, or will have to give up on their chances of moving to that playoff spot. A crackerjack of a match awaits. We will again be live at around 6:30 to talk about the match. So join us then. Like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Red Sports for all the sports related news from around the world. Thank you so much.